What's up, everyone? If you've been anywhere near the AI video space in the last few weeks, you know there's one name on everyone's lips: Kling 3.0. And I'm not exaggerating when I say the hype is absolutely insane right now. We're talking about native 4K output at 60 frames per second. We're talking about 15-second clips with perfect character consistency. We're talking about physics simulations that actually look real. And we're talking about a completely unified workflow that might just change the game for AI video creators forever. Now, here's the thing. Kling 3.0 hasn't officially launched yet, but the internet has been doing some serious detective work, piecing together clues from official teasers, community discussions, and industry insiders. And what we're seeing, it's absolutely wild. So in this video, I'm going to break down absolutely everything we know so far. I'm going to show you the actual sources, the blog posts, the tweets, the Reddit threads where all this information is coming from. I'm going to walk you through the Higgsfield website so you know exactly what you're getting into. All right, before we jump into the Kling 3.0 hype, let me set the stage for anyone who's new to this platform. Higgsfield is one of the fastest growing generative AI companies out there, and they've built their entire brand around one simple mission: to be the most creator-friendly AI video platform in the world. And honestly, they're not just talking the talk, they're actually listening to what creators need and building features around that feedback. Now, their flagship product is called Kling, and if you haven't tried it yet, it's an AI video generator that's been going head-to-head with the big names like Runway, Pika Labs, and all the other major players in this space. The current version that's available right now is Kling 2.6. And don't get me wrong, it's already pretty impressive. You can generate AI videos up to about 10 seconds long. The output quality is capped at 1080p, and the visual realism is actually really solid for short clips and creative experiments. But here's where it gets interesting. The AI video Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not just going to sit here and tell you about Kling 3.0 based on rumors and speculation. I'm actually going to show you the real sources where all this information is coming from. Because when you see it for yourself, you'll understand why everyone is losing their minds right now. First up, let's check out Higgsfield's official blog. I'm going to pull up this post right now titled Expectations from Kling 3.0, User Discussions on Updates. And look at this. They're not being coy about this at all. They're literally laying out what the community is expecting and discussing. Scroll down with me here. You can see. Now let me show you their Twitter. I'm pulling up this official post from Higgsfield AI right now. Look at this teaser. The engagement on this post is absolutely insane. We're talking thousands of likes, hundreds of retweets, and the comments section, it's just people counting down the days until launch. Read some of these comments with me. This is going to change everything. Finally, production-ready AI video. The 4K output alone is a game changer. The hype is, and then we have Reddit. Now, if you know Reddit, you know this is where the real deep dives happen. I'm opening this thread right now. Everything points to Kling 3.0 dropping soon. Here's what we know. The community is literally doing investigative journalism here. Look at this main post. They're analyzing every single hint, every teaser, every piece of information that's been dropped. And then scroll through these comments with me. People are talking about native 4K video output at 60 frames per second. They're discussing potential 15-second clip lengths with maintained consistency. There's discussion about improved physics simulations, better contact moments between objects and people, fewer glitch artifacts. And what's really interesting is when you see multiple people from different... Alright, now let's get into the meat of this video. The actual features that everyone is expecting from Kling 3.0. And I'm going to break these down one by one, so you understand not just what they are, but why they matter for creators like us. Let's start with the elephant in the room: native 4K output at 60 frames per second. Now, to put this in perspective, right now, Kling 2.6 is capped at 1080p. And look, 1080p is fine for social media content, for quick demos, for experimentation. But if you want to use AI-generated footage in actual professional productions, in commercial work, in high-end content, next up, longer clip duration with maintained consistency. Right now, most AI video generators cap out around 10 seconds, and there's a good reason for that. Maintaining consistency across longer durations is incredibly difficult. Characters start morphing, scenes shift, physics break down. But Kling 3.0 is expected to push this to around 15 seconds while actually improving consistency. That might not sound like a huge jump, but think about what you can do with 15 seconds versus 10. You can tell a complete Now here's where things get really interesting. They're introducing something called Kling 3.0 Omni. And from what we're understanding, this is essentially a completely unified workflow system. Right now, with most AI video tools, you're working with separate processes. You generate, then you refine, then you upscale, then you might need to use different tools for different aspects. It's fragmented and honestly kind of clunky. Kling Omni is being described as a more intelligent, unified experience. Better context awareness across your entire project. Better continuity when you're working on multiple related clips. Smarter Let's talk about physics and interactions, because this is where current AI video really struggles. You know what I'm talking about. Hands that look weird when they touch things, hugs that look unnatural, objects that pass through each other or behave in impossible ways. Kling 3.0 is expected to make huge improvements here. Better contact detection, more realistic hand movements, proper object interactions, fewer of those glitch. Alright, let me put all of this into perspective with a direct comparison. Because when you see Kling 2.6 versus what Kling 3.0 is expected to deliver, the jump becomes crystal clear. Kling 2.6, current version, you get clips up to about 10 seconds maximum. Output resolution is capped at 1080p. The visual realism is pretty strong for short clips, but motion consistency can really break down when you try anything complex or dynamic. It's best suited for short experimental clips, visual demos, social media content, things where you don't need absolute perfection. The workflow is somewhat fragmented. You generate, then you might need to refine, maybe upscale in another tool, edit elsewhere. It works, but it's not seamless. Kling 3.0, expected. Now, you might be thinking, okay, these features sound cool, but why should I actually care? Let me tell you exactly why this matters for creators like us. First, production value. Right now, if you're an independent creator, getting professional quality footage usually means expensive equipment, hiring crew, renting locations, spending days or weeks in production. With Kling 3.0, you could potentially generate production-ready footage in minutes. That's not replacing traditional filmmaking, but it's giving independent creators tools that were previously only available to big-budget productions. Second, all right, here's the part you've been waiting for. How do you actually get access to Kling 3.0? And better yet, how do you get it for free? Let me walk you through this step by step, because Higgsfield is offering early access to creators, and you definitely want to be on that list. First step, head to the sign-up page. I'm going to put the link right in the description below this video. The URL is higgsfield.ai/Kling-3.0. When you click that link, you'll land on their early access sign-up page. Second step, enter your information and join the wait list. They're building a priority list of creators who want early access, so there you have it. Absolutely everything we know about Kling 3.0 so far. Native 4K at 60 frames per second. 15-second clips with consistent quality. The unified Omni workflow. Improved physics and interactions. Sharp macro details. Multi-shot sequences with real continuity. If this delivers even 75 or 80% of what the community is expecting, we're looking at the biggest leap forward in AI video generation we've seen all year. Maybe even the biggest leap we've seen, period. The AI video space is moving incredibly fast right now. We're in this amazing moment where what seemed impossible 6 months ago is becoming standard, and tools that were science fiction a year ago are now in creators' hands. Kling 3.0 looks like it's going to push that boundary even further. Now, I want to hear from you. What feature are you most excited about? Is it the 4K output? The longer clip duration? The improved physics? The multi-shot sequences? Drop a comment below and let me know, because I genuinely want to hear what aspects of this you think are most game-changing. If you found this video helpful, if you learned something new about Kling 3.0, if you're now hyped for the launch, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps